Hello everyone, welcome all of you to this lecture. Myself Dr. Ranjana, and with this lecture we'll start one new topic, that is coordination compound, which is very much important topic. And this concept of coordination compound is very much important and we'll start today its first lecture. Okay, and first we'll start with what is coordination compound, right? As we know, the coordination compound, what is coordination compound? It is defined as a compound that results from the combination of two or more stable chemical species. It can be formed by combining two or more stable chemical species, right? And which can retain its identity in solid as well as in solution. Okay. What is compound? It is the compound in which the central metal atom is surrounded by ions or molecules beyond their normal valency. These type of compounds are called coordination compounds. Okay. What is difference between double salt and coordination compound? It can be also formed by the two stable compound. Actually, the double salt formed by the just like this Mohr salt or other salt, this can be formed by the two different stable compound, but they can lose their identity when dissolved in water or solvent and exist only in solid state. Okay, they can lose their identity after making solution. Okay, property same as constituent compound. The property of these double salt will be always same of that constituent compound. It means they can give reaction, they can give the test of constituent compound. Okay, for example, this is the Mohr salt and this is a type of double salt. It can lose their identity in solution and give the same property as of this constituent compound. Constituent compounds are FeSO4 and ammonium sulfate, and it can give test for Fe2 plus ion. It can give the test for sulfate ion. It can give the test of ammonium ion. It means their properties similar to constituent molecules. Okay, constituent compound, and the your coordination compound is different from that. This is the example of coordination compound. Okay, know that this is the copper NH3 4 NH3 molecule, and to the this power on this bracket is 2 plus. Okay, this compound contains one central metal atom or ion which is surrounded by these molecules or ions. Okay, that is, there is a central metal atom is surrounded of these NH3 molecules, right? These are the compounds contains a central metal ions or atom which is surrounded by a number of oppositely charged ion. This surrounded ion or molecule, it may be oppositely charged ion or neutron molecule. This is the representation of this type of complex. Okay, this is the central metal ion is surrounded by different groups of molecules or the ions. Okay, if this type of complex, this type of compound, it can be formed by simple stable molecules. It can form by the stable compound by combining stable compound. That these can on evaporation give crystal. Okay, For example, this is the complex which can be formed by the NiCl2 by reacting NH3, and it is the complex compound. When you evaporate it, it gives the crystal. ठीक है ना? It is the purple compound and it can give purple crystal, purple colored solid. When dissolved in water, it can't give its whole ion. This NH3 will be intact with this Ni. It will give only 3 ions, that is 2 chloride ions. These ions are ionizable, but ions or molecules present inside this sphere will not ionize. Okay, this will be the complex ion. This will ionize as complex ion plus these counter ion. Okay, it will give these ions. It can't give this test of these those ions present inside the sphere. The property of this complex compound will differ than constituent compound. That is, it will be different from this ammonia. Okay, it will not give the Ni2 plus ion as in constituent compound. Okay, then what will be the characteristic of coordination compound? It can be formed by by combining 2 or more stable chemical species. Can't completely lose their identity, not completely use their identity in solution. Property of these compounds are different from constituent compound and exist in solid state as well as liquid state. Okay, it does not lose its identity in solution. Okay, Mn plus ion, this metal ion surrounded by a number of oppositely charged ion or a number of oppositely charged ions or neutral molecule. Okay, and more than normal valency. Okay, these molecules are present more than they can accept those ligand, those ions more than its normal valency. Okay, then come to some important term related with coordination compound before entering in other topic. Okay, first term is coordination entity or coordination complex ion. Okay, these compounds are ion in which central metal ion is bonded to a fixed number of oppositely charged ion. Okay, these compounds are called coordination entity. This compound may be neutral or may be ion. That is, this is the complex compound, this is the coordination compound, and this is the metal ion which is surrounded, central metal ion surrounded with a fixed number of this oppositely charged ion. This one is charged ion, that is Cl minus ion is charged ion, NH3 molecule is neutral molecule. It can be surrounded by charged ion as well as neutral ion, but number will be always fixed. Okay, for example, in this case, CO ion, that is cobalt ion, surrounded by three ammonia ion, ammonia molecule, neutral molecule, and 3 negatively charged chloride ion. Okay, this whole part is coordination entity. It is not ionic, not cationic, not anionic, but this one is complex ion, that is complex cation, where nickel is surrounded by 6 NH3 molecule. This is neutral molecule, and the charge over this sphere is 2. Okay, plus 2. This sphere is called coordination sphere. Okay, this one is central metal ion, and this one is called ligand. Okay, we'll discuss further. This is the charged over complex ion, so it is the form of ion. This coordination compound may be ionic may be neutral. Okay, and suppose this is the one example of this complex compound. This is the central metal ion. These are the molecule or ion which can surround this central metal ion with a definite geometry, and this is the chloride ion outside this sphere. These ions are called counter ion. Okay, these are called as secondary valency of metal, and this one is primary valency of metal. In this complex, cobalt has 1 primary valency and 6 secondary valency. Okay, these are the counter ion which can ionize. This is the ionizable chloride. These chloride can't be ionized on dissolving this complex. This whole part inside the coordination sphere form one complex ion. Okay, this is the complex ion. This is the counter ion. If you dissolve it, you will find only 2 ions. One chloride ion and one this whole complex ion. Okay, this complex may be cationic, anionic or neutral. If positive charge is present over this sphere, then it will be cationic. If negative charge is present over the sphere, it will be anionic, and if it is neutral, no charge is present. Okay, for example, in this case, this is the positive charge, that is 2 positive charges present over this sphere, that is, it is cationic complex. Okay, this complex may be cationic, may be anionic, may be neutral. Okay, then come to next term, that is central metal atom or ion and ligand. What will be the central atom? The atom or ion to which a fixed number of neutral molecules or ions are attached in the complex are called central metal atom. And what are the ligands? These are the neutral molecule. It may be neutral molecule, they may be ions. Okay, negatively charged ion bonded to central metal ion in complex which are capable to donate a pair of electrons. These molecules, that is neutral molecules or negatively charged ion present as a secondary valency in any complex, should be capable to donate a pair of electrons to central metal ion or atom. Then they will call ligand. Okay, what is requirement? These ligands should have capability, should have some low pair, so that they can donate that pair to the central metal ion and the central metal ion accept it. Okay, for example, in this case, nickel is central metal atom, that is ion, and NH3 are neutral ligand. Okay, and they can donate the electron pair to the nickel, and nickel can accept that electron pair. It behaves as Lewis acid, and this NH3 behave as Lewis base. They can donate electron pair. Okay, in this case, cobalt is central ion, this Cl and NH3, that is 5 the Cl and 5 NH3 ligand. These 6 ligands are they have the lone pair to donate this, to donate, they must have lone pair to donate to this central metal ion. They can donate, and this central metal ion can accept. The central metal ion or atom should have vacant orbital to accept donated electron pair by ligand, and ligand should have lone pair to donate. Okay, the both have both should have capability to accept as well as to donate electron pair. The atom in ligand which can donate the electron pair is called donor atom. Okay, for example, in case of NH3, H can't donate because it has not lone pair, but lone pair is on this nitrogen. This heteroatom nitrogen have lone pair, and this atom in this molecule, this atom has capability to donate the electron. So this N is donor atom in NH3. This O is donor atom in OH2. In OH minus, this O is donor atom. Okay, donor atom is the atom which can donate its electron pair to the metal. Then come to type of ligand. On the basis of number of donor atom, these ligand can be divided into three types: unidentate ligand, bidentate ligand, and polydentate ligand. Unidentate ligands are the ligand which can donate through only one donor atom. They can coordinate through only one donor atom. For example, NH3 can coordinate through this N, this OH, H2O coordinate through O, this Cl ion, Cn ion. Okay, this can coordinate through Cn as well as N. But at one time they can donate, they can coordinate with only one atom. Okay, for example, this is the OH. OH is a unidentate ligand. O2 minus, NO2, CO, ONO, CH3CO, this thiocyanate. Okay, these are the ligand which can coordinate through only one donor atom at one time. Then bidentate ligand, it can coordinate through two atoms. Okay, simultaneously. Okay, that is oxalato ion. In this case, it can coordinate through this oxygen atom and this oxygen atom simultaneously. Okay, in this case, it can coordinate, this glycine atom can coordinate through N as well as O. Okay, it is bidentate ligand. This one is ethylene diamine, and this ethylene diamine can coordinate through both nitrogen simultaneously. Okay, in this dipyridyl, that is 2,2-dipyridyl, this N and N can coordinate through metal ion or metal atom simultaneously. Okay, these are called bidentate ligand, and this bidentate ligand may be symmetrical, may be unsymmetrical. If the two donor atom in same, as in this case that is oxalato, or this ethylene diamine, in this case both are oxygen, in this case both are nitrogen. These are symmetrical ligand. But this one is a symmetrical ligand because it can donate through one side, it can donate, donor atom is one O, and another side donor atom is N, and this one is asymmetrical ligand. Okay, then third one is polydentate ligand. They can coordinate through more than two donor atom. Okay, this is the example of terdentate ligand. That is, the three donor atom is present in this ligand. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, these three are donor atom which can coordinate with metal atom. Okay, it is called diethylene diamine. This is the representation of it. Then tetradentate, 4 donor atom is present in this compound, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. That is, this ligand is triethylene tetramine. Okay, then pentadentate, 5 donor atom, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Can coordinate through 5 donor atom. Okay, and it is called ethylene diamine tetraacetate. This particular ligand is ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Then come to hexadentate, 6 donor atom. EDTA, it is known for you. What is this? Ethylene diamine tetraacetate. The 2 donor atom is nitrogen here and here. Okay. These are the 2 nitrogen donor atom and 4 oxygen atom of acetate part. Okay. This molecule is hexadentate, that is ethylene diamine tetraacetate. Then come to chelation. When di or polydentate ligand binds with central metal atom or ion with its 2 or more donor atom, then chelate can be formed. This ring structure can be formed. This process is called chelation and ligands are called chelating ligand. Okay. In this case, for example, in this case, this is the bidentate ligand and form chelate. Okay. This one is tridentate ligand. Okay. This is one ligand. There are 2 ligand, 1 and 2. This is tridentate ligand. It can also form chelation, and chelation is very much important for stability of complex. More chelating agent are present, more stable complex are present, will be there. Okay. Then come to ambidentate ligand and the monodentate ligand, which can coordinate with central metal atom through more than one side. Then they are called ambidentate ligand. For example, this is the ligand. It can donate through N as well as O. When it is the donor atom will be N is in this molecule, then it will call nitro, and when it will donate through this O, it can also act as donor atom, but at one time they can donate by only one atom, and then it is called nitrito. Okay. Then in this case, the CN can donate through the C as well as N. In this case, it is called cyanide. In this case, it is called isocyanide. Okay. When donor atom will be C, it will be cyanide. When donor atom will be N, it will call isocyanide. This one is thiocyanate. This one is isothiocyanate. It can donate through S as well as N. When it can donate through S, it is called thiocyanate. When it can donate, it will donate with through the N, then it is called isothiocyanate. In this way, these are the some types of ligand. We'll discuss this oxidation state of metal ion in next class. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.